basic terminology which you should be aware of, and then I'll I can share that link. Okay, hope that I have answered your question.
Yes. So what are the various, like, here, even on my resume, they're representing me as, I know I'm aware of data workflows through
Yeah.
Tableau and Python and SQL. So what kind of mindset and I need to have before going to an
Okay.
interview?
Okay, they mentioned you SQL Tableau.
Yeah, like they're presenting me as a business data analyst. So I know,
Okay,
because
okay.
just a business analyst can be here, can, is a bit of a tough market. So
So you're
um,
aware of how Tableau works and how to
no,
connect
I'm just still
to
building.
SQL and all?
No, I just started building and I'm taking courses on those. But as your
Mhm.
personal experience, where you can you like how SQL and Tableau and Python have you used, and how can we develop a mindset to work with the technical
Okay.
jargon?
Yeah. Actually, I have not used SQL, but I have used Power BI and Excel. Normally, this is some kind of requirement when it comes to a customer centric kind of a project. You want to analyze how your sales going on. Okay, so you want to analyze how your visit to a website happening. You will have various metrics to measure. Okay, CSAT score, NPS, and these kind of a things. And you want to, but as a business analyst, these are the major things which you can do. You will send a survey report, and you take the data from that, so that you suppose you have sent a survey report to 100 customers. You have a rating scale, and then you get a score. So how do you connect to this kind of a data? This is some kind of a Google analytics which we connect and then extract the data. And in that process, how do you connect, and then how do you represent this? When you want to represent this as a dashboard, you should be able to do that in a Tableau or Power BI. Okay, so you at least you need to have a basic uh, basic coding, this one basic understanding of SQL, because at least you should be able to extract the data. You should be able to join two tables. Suppose you have a customer of US in one table and customer of some Canada in the other table, and now you have to join these two tables and extract the data. On that you need to analyze, which and then you need to represent in a dashboard. At least till joins it would be good if you learn SQL. Okay.
Okay.
So instead of Tableau, I can say it's better to go with Power BI, because now I see most of the market. I mean, most of the companies are asking for Power BI.
Okay. Thanks,
At
Divya.
least on the basics. Okay, how can you connect, how can you refresh, and how can you build a basic metrics using DAX statements in Power BI,
Mm-hmm.
so that simple functions like count and sum and do represent this. For this you can refer some website, get dummy data, and then do it. Don't
Okay.
go in deep, don't go in deep. Might be that is not required, but at least just get an idea till joins. And but in Power BI, try to connect with the various databases, or at least with an Excel you connect and do some hands-on experience, hands-on exercises, so that you can you would get an idea when you actually go into the job.
Okay. Just curious to know how many, for any of your past projects, how many user stories have you written? It's just out of the box question, though.
Okay, so it's like, how many user stories, we can't say it, right? Because if I
Yes,
take
yes.
one feature, you will have some 10 user stories
Um,
or something. Okay, so
okay.
if you're taking an Amazon website as a project, so how can you tell that how many user stories you have written?
Yes. That
Okay,
would
user
be
story is
inconvenient.
something you're delivering in one way, in
In a
2
sprint.
weeks of time.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you say that how many user stories you have written? I don't think
For
no one
any
will
of the
ask you the
projects.
question.
Okay. Fine.
But
Just out of
Divya,
curiosity, I'm asking. Thanks,
Divya,
Yeah.
Gagan.
sorry, I have a question. So when you said that we cannot estimate how many user stories, so is there any maximum or minimum number of user stories that you can give to the developers, or it depends on the developers? Like they discuss, right? In
Okay.
the how many?
Okay. This is completely, misunderstanding of what you have from Agile. It's like we don't give any user stories for the developers to do. Okay. We suppose think that we are developing a feature for this 2 weeks, some payment gateway. Okay, so here you write you based on the customer requirements and your product owner prioritizing the features. You will, you will write the user stories. That's it.
Right.
Now
Okay.
it's up to the developer and the product owner. Sorry, it's up to the product owner what feature then you need to deliver, and it's up to the developer when we sit in sprint planning.
Mhm.
They actually come up and say whether these are the user stories which we are gonna take and work to deliver this feature. Okay, we
Okay.
are
Okay.
not gonna give any user stories for the developers. It's not like we give 10 user stories and they need to work. It's not like that. To deliver a particular feature, if they require 20 user stories, they have to plan accordingly. If they require 5 user stories, they need to plan accordingly. So it doesn't work like that. We are giving some user stories and they need to work it.
Okay, 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 okay. Understood. So you just our job as a BA is just to write user stories and then give it upon the owner as well as the developer to decide what they're working on.
Not actually. Our job is not just to it's actually write the user stories. It's
Mhm.
like you have to write the user stories, and then you will have some meetings with the stakeholders, developers, to clarify their doubts, and you have to write the acceptance criteria, and you should see whether the acceptance criteria that has developed, whether the feature that has developed satisfies the acceptance criteria. And then
Right.
it also depends on the organization. Okay, if you don't have product owner, then BA acts as a product owner also. And if it
Okay.
is a larger organization, and if you have different lines of businesses, okay, you have different lines of businesses for a single product. Like Apple has laptop, mobile, and then iPad. So it has different lines of businesses. There would be a product manager for that, and under that you will have product owners and then BAs. So one line of product, and under one line of product, he would be responsible for that entire work to be carried out, and delivering that particular feature for that product. And all these aggregate into a single product owner manager's portfolio. So it depends on
Okay.
the organization which you and the product in which you are getting into. So but basically, you will be dealing as a bridge between the stakeholders and your development team. This would
Right.
be a basic responsibility anyway.
Okay.
And you should be able to suggest, if it is a new product, you should be able to suggest them. Okay, these are the upcoming technologies, what is happening, so might be this would be a good solution for the customer problems and everything. Yeah, this can happen. So it
Okay.
depends on the
And
organization
this
where
is
you're getting
discussed.
in.
Okay. And this is discussed when if we have any suggestion like about, just as you said, that if we have any suggestion to give our inputs in the project, so to the stakeholder or the developer, if we can use certain kind of product or software, so in which meeting or when is this discussed?
Okay, your question is like when you need to give a suggestion.
Yeah, right.
Okay, see, when you are developing a new product, that is one where you give the suggestion. And when you're developing a product, when it's ongoing, the project is ongoing, and you see that feature is not, they say maybe in 2 weeks of sprint this feature might not be delivered. So as a
Okay.
BA, you should be able to give an alternative solution that could satisfy the similarity of that feature. So it means
Okay.
that you should be, if your developers are working in this sprint, you should be in your work 2 weeks ahead of your sprint, right? Then only, I mean,
Okay.
you then only you will be able to do some research and give suggestions. That's what I mentioned. You should be able to keep update on the developing technologies and the products that are happening in your domain.
Okay. 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 Understand.
So anything else?
Yes. Okay. Sonam. Okay. Sonam dropped the call. Okay. Does anyone has any other doubts? Vignesh. Okay. Monica.
Divya, while gathering the business requirements, or
Mm.
even if you had to facilitate between the management team, the stakeholders, and developers, one of the common questions is like, how do you handle the conflict about the requirements? How did you handle from your experience?
Okay. Normally it's like, when you're handling well, so you have studied this one, power and influence of the stakeholder matrix.
No,
Okay. So
no, the stakeholder
for
hierarchy and those.
that is important for stakeholder conflict management. So you should be aware who which stakeholder you need to satisfy, and which stakeholder you should keep updated, and how do you communicate with stakeholders. Suppose there was an issue where um, you know. We were automating a process, and then there was an issue of um, moving the team members from one project to the other project, and that's actually reflecting in the system very late. So as a result of this, there was a billing issue happening, which results in the revenue of that project showing wrong. So so they wanted to so billing team wanted to do it manually, whereas the project team does not want to do it manually. Sorry, project team wanted to do it manually. As soon as they move without an SLA, they want to change it manually, but billing team said that we don't want to do that because manual interventions can get into an error. So
Mistakes.
in this case, what they have to do, they wanted to do automate it, they wanted to automate because that's what they wanted, that's what they thought it would give a correct result of the revenue. So both were not accepting. Everyone was saying we want this to happen, we want this to happen. So in that scenario, you should come up with a solution that giving an SLA of 24 hours or for 12 hours. If that is not happening in system automatically, the billing team has an authority to update it from their end if they get any mail or something. So when you get any stakeholder conflict, you should be able to sit them and talk with them and find out their interest, why they are saying no or why they are not saying no. And in this case, you should use your power influence matrix, which says that where who has high power and high influence, you should always be in support of you should get always their support, because that's what impacts your project. So keeping all these things in consideration, you should be able to give a solution.
Awesome. Thank you so much for providing
Yeah.
with an example.
Okay. Anything else?
Divya, uh, I have a
Yes.
Yes.
question for Divya. So Divya, I have never worked as a BA. I don't have a domain or I have no experience at all in, in business or anything. And I am showcasing that I have worked in healthcare. So do you have any, um, experience or that you can give an insight on?
Okay, I'll share a video for healthcare domain. Okay,
Okay, sure.
I don't
Thank
have
you.
experience, but I have a
Okay.
video. I'll just share that. You can go through it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Divya, and
Yeah.
were you a part of a Scrum call on daily basis or weekly basis or sprint wise
As a BA or Scrum Master?
as a BA?
Okay. As a BA or as a developer or whoever you are, if you are a part of a Scrum team, you should be part of Scrum call every day. If
Okay,
your Scrum
and
call
this
is
is
happening every day.
okay. This is based on project to project. Like, is a
Yeah.
BA mandatory to attend the Scrum call every day?
See, actually, it's all, see, attending a Scrum
Depends on the.
call is an organizational practice or your project
Yes,
practice. Okay. If they say
yes.
the Scrum call is important, you need to attend every day because it's like, because you have to know what is going on, right?
Yes.
So definitely Scrum call is very important because you will know what are the issues developers are facing and where the project is stuck in. So it's very important for you to attend, and it's not like it's okay if you are not able to attend because of some meetings. It's all up to us, for whether we attend or not. Uh,
Hmm.
but it's good to attend.
Okay. And was there any scenario for you where the gap analysis shows from a current state to desired state? You had fluctuations in between and you were unable to show the desired state. So, was there any
Um,
situation happen like that?
No, I have not worked with gap analysis. Okay, it's
Okay.
I know what is gap analysis, but I didn't get the chance to work.
Okay.
I think gap analysis most of the time it's happens in process oriented organizations. That would be somewhere you're developing a new product, a new process. I mean, automating a process or something like that.
Yeah, because in banking we do see creating different
Yeah,
kinds
you're
of application
automating a
upgrades. Yeah,
application or something. Yeah.
yes. So there's a lot of questions on the gap analysis. Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Divya.
Yeah. So, anyone else has any question? Scrum Masters can also ask if
Divya,
Scrum Master is also a part of this call.
Actually,
Divya,
Sonam is the one for
Yeah.
Scrum Master. Yeah.
Yes, Rupa.
yeah, can you share the video of insurance domain if you have?
Insurance, I don't have.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay.
What were the domains you worked on, Divya?
Yeah, Divya, this is Rana.
Yeah.
Do you have any videos of finance domain, Divya? Finance related domain?
Finance, you're working for capital markets.
Uh, I don't have any knowledge on it. Like my resume was projecting like I was working in a finance domain in Scotia Bank. Um,
Okay.
yeah, in that I was thinking to take like what is that? Loan in a loan department.
Okay. Banking domain, I have. I can share that PPT.
Yeah.
Just see how far that helps you because it's mostly based on Indian and then US, I think.
Okay.
But basic terminology and all you can get. You can get that, but
Okay.
And that's what, when you're saying a finance domain, again, people might think it as a capital market or derivatives or something.
Mhm.
Um, you say banking domain. In banking domain, I would say, loan process, something you can get on Google if you type, okay.
Okay.
Automated loan management system or something, you just type on the Google. You get some documents, okay. Most of the banks will have the loan management system in the similar way, okay.
Okay.
You should just understand what they do before giving loans, what are different types of loans they have, okay. Mortgage loan, for small finance, small, for industry corporate loan. So
Mhm.
there are different kinds of loans, right? Housing loan.
Mhm.
So you need to understand what are different kinds of loans. This is very easy, you can get it on a Google, and then see automated loan management system. You will get so many links on the Google where you can just go through the process. What do they do before loaning? They will have so much of, background check, and then they check your credit score. So you can build up a story once you get that information,
Yeah, I
and they
just
don't ask much as.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just mentioned. I was just googling like automation loan management system in the bank.
Hmm.
Yeah. The real-time transactions and loan management, best loan management system. Yeah.
Yeah.
If any new enhancement is happen in the loan, like their UI change or
Hmm.
their web page has changed, those all comes under the new enhancements, right? No, Vidya. These are the
Yes, yes.
enhancements will happen.
I have one video where there is a loan automation has done. I will share that also. I need to check the process. Just the process would be there, I think. I'll
Okay,
just check and I'll share that. Okay,
right,
but
right.
just be, I don't think you're how they are projecting you. It's like, how many years of experience?
Like 3 years, I was working in a Scotia bank.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the domain was a finance domain. You said like the finance domain, the banking or the loan process, it comes under the finance domain. So I will
Okay.
make a story on it, and
Hmm.
yeah, it comes under the capital. I don't have any knowledge or any idea about how the loan process will happen. Only the basic knowledge how we'll go and we'll get the car loans or bike loans in India. That knowledge I have, but I don't have any knowledge how it happened in Canada. Yeah, whether it comes
Okay.
under the capital or what is that you said, right? The capital and the other term.
See, capital markets is something different. Capital markets is your trading, derivatives, bonds. This comes under capital markets, okay?
Okay.
This is something different. That's why when you said finance, okay, you're telling finance in terms of loan. Okay, don't say that finance. Okay, financing is okay. In banking industry, you just use as a loan. Now I understood. Financing means you said it's you're thinking as a loan, right? But
Yeah.
when it comes to domain, finance domain, normally they think like capital markets, derivatives, bonds, forex
Okay.
services, these kind of things, okay. So
Okay.
you say banking domain,
Okay. Instead of
okay.
finance, I can use the banking
Yeah,
domain.
use
Okay.
banking domain, don't use finance, okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Finance will be something else again.
Okay. Yeah. I'll mention like the banking domain. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Divya.
Yeah,
Yeah. It will be great helpful if you share video related
sure,
stuff.
sure, I'll do that. I'll do it in the group itself.
Yeah. Thank you.
But that is of full, that is just automation of loan management system. I'm not sure whether it is India or something else, but automation of loan management, that's
Okay.
what I remember.
The US and Canada will be the same or it varies, Divya? The loan process and the
I
stuff.
think if you go through, I can tell you one thing. You just
Mhm.
take any bank, you take the Scotia Bank or something you're mentioning, and
Yeah.
in their website, you just go through a loan management section. How to apply the loan, What do
Okay.
they check? So when you go to their website and see the details to apply loan, you will get some information, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Based on that, you say, make some notes, and
Okay.
with that you use the video which I sent, if which I send you, if it is useful, and then you can make up some story.
Okay. Okay. Oh, thank thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Vignesh, you do not have anything to share or ask?
Yeah, I have a question, but I was checking if I find the answer. Divya, does BA has budgetary control? Like when I say budgetary control, like my project they
No, BA
approved.
does
Like
not have budgetary control.
so,
You're
what
nowhere
happens? A
involved in
scenario.
budgeting.
Yeah, take this as a scenario. Like I'm implementing SAP team for an accounts payable process. So my budget was 120K, which was disclosed to me. But when I completed the project, it was a bit heavy. So who will be approving these things? But
Okay,
if we
when
can
you're
decline this,
okay, when you are involved in budgeting and the other issues, what is the role of project manager?
so that's what the project manager will not be involved. Like consider it is a product based company. It is not a service based company.
Whatever the company is, BA will not involve in budget.
So even if it gets
Nowhere.
exceeded, we are not responsible for it.
You will not know also what is the budget of your project.
But we'll have the estimation that somewhat like we are going to do this.
Estimation of project. I
Like
don't think you're.
take this as an
See, if
example.
you're
Like
working as a business analyst and project manager, so might be in those cases you might know the budget, but nowhere BA is given the budget. This is what your budget, and this is come from my view. I feel it's a contradictory, having a budget and then with the role and responsibility of BA. So I'm not sure, because as per my experience and uh, as far as I know, budget is not disclosed for
with
BA.
the okay, okay, Divya.
Vignesh, I just had an update. Like my friend is a developer in TV, and he said that for the banks they do give a budget for the project manager and the product owner, and the BA is aware of it, but they do not deal with it. If even like even in a scenario, if you said it exceeded, so that will not happen randomly because if it exceeded, everybody involved will know, and that's when they'll take the step. If it is exceeding, they'll know before in hand to take up that epic or to run that thing or no. Then the product owner and the stakeholders will discuss about it, and then they'll take it from there. Unless and until you have an approval from all the stakeholders to run it, you're not gonna run it. And so this is more of into a stakeholder managing thing, but BA would be involved in most of the scenarios, but not the decision maker that it exceeds and you say that it got exceeded.
I got it. That's it, Divya, from my side. If I have anything, I will ask.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Divya, for your answers and the deep insights. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks, Monica.
Thank you, Divya. It was really great actually having this session because there was some, yeah, some knowledgeable things that you did speak about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rimpa. Just a final thing. So I need to send health domain video. and
Yes.
the basics of technology video, and then a loan management video. Is it only these three,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, if
Yeah.
you
Yes.
have
Oh,
any banking related, just send that as
yeah.
well.
Banking related PPT
PPT,
as
which
well.
we were
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Divya, I have a question. So I'm being projected in healthcare as well as software, you know.
Okay.
So if you have any knowledge in software, and if you can give me some guidance to it.
Software in the sense how?
Uh, that's what I'm not even sure, like, to be honest with you, because I'm not very much into this field, you know. So that's why if you can give me some insight, like, you know, in what sense I can talk about if there is a software domain, if I have worked, like I'm showcasing the software domain.
Okay. But see, domain is like you will be in software,
Healthcare.
but you will be working for the domain.
Okay.
Suppose if you are in healthcare,
Hmm.
you will be developing a hospital management system.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So that's what a software, right? Hospital
Okay.
management
Yeah.
system is a software. Why
Hmm.
they why they given you healthcare domain? Why they need that domain knowledge people is because there would be HIPAA rules and regulations, and there would be terminology, inpatient, outpatient,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
health insurances. So,
Hmm.
as a business analyst, you will have knowledge of all these things. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So, while writing your BRD or while developing a product, you will
Hmm.
keep all these things. You need to keep few regulations in your context while developing some feature. You're developing a health insurance that can be claimed. You need to give some prerequisites for a patient to upload that, and that
Hmm.
document needs to accept those satisfy those
That is
prerequisites. So
right.
so these things, from the domain point of view, you would be aware of. They are projecting you. You have a domain knowledge of healthcare.
Mhm.
Who has helped in developing a software for healthcare?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, um, so I just have a question. So I'm being shown as I'm working in Accenture
Okay.
in healthcare field for, so would you suggest if I can add to another, you know, like domain as in healthcare or any other domain that I can put my resume in?
So in Accenture, you actually worked in Accenture.
No, no, no. I'm telling you, I
Okay.
have no no experience in this field at all, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. 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 Actually, I'm not sure how in Canada is, but in India, they see actually freshers or not. I mean, freshers are they get less opportunities.
Hmm.
But I think as of how many years of experience they have kept?
Three.
Okay. I think just stick to one domain, healthcare,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
because that itself will take you some time to understand and then to see. You better, Google on internet or something. What are various hospital management systems or various
Okay.
automated softwares that are being used in healthcare? So you'll get lot of videos, and then you do that. Just at least have some, knowledge on that.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you said
Okay.
hospital management system, and what else did you say?
Something for related to hospital automated softwares or
Okay.
something, automated applications. You can, you have this doctor consultation online and these
Yeah.
things, right?
Right.
So
Right.
all
Right. Right.
I'm just assuming, okay.
Yeah,
um
because
yeah.
no, so I am currently working into healthcare, so we do have an app, okay? So
Okay.
in that app, so I look after older people or elderly people. So in that
Mm.
app, we are given all the list of people, you know. Either I can tell them that we created this software where where the healthcare workers can go to places and help them, and where, all these information is given. So I worked in that software,
Yeah. See,
creating that
actually,
software.
you can actually, you have a very good, exposure, and that you can translate into your BA profile. Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
you know how the screen flows in your app, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are your functional requirements,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Creating a profile for for elder people, or what is
Yeah.
the age limit, that is also a requirement. So
Right.
when you create, what happens? So you
Hmm.
can actually tell, I have worked, I have worked in developing this app. This is the requirements, functional requirements which I have gathered, and this is the process flow which I have designed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you have very good story to make up, because you are working with that.
Yeah. Exactly. With an app. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You just, when you are using any app, everything whatever we use in our app, okay, right from
Hmm.
login to search to clicking submit, to everything is written by a BA.
Right. Right. Okay.
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 Everything is written by BA, the functional requirements, everything. How the app data flows from one screen to the other screen. Okay.
Others.
When
Yeah.
when you're creating a record, where it is storing actually the database, and how that interface, how it is actually interfacing with your mobile screen and getting that data. So API, everything you can actually make up, and you can sit and write what actually you can tell to the interviewer, because you're using it. You'll
Yeah.
have
Right.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I also use Google Map and all those stuff too on that app. So,
Yeah.
and I
See,
can also
first you
call
can
through
say,
those app.
yes, yeah. You can first say it's like, your minimum viable product is something, just creating a record. Okay. Then you helped in further enhancement and giving them a feature like accessing through Google Maps and everything. So
Hmm.
it's, you can actually make out a story from your own app, how you helped Accenture in developing that app.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I think there is no. I think they would have given you domains based on your previous work experience. So it's only the thing what BA has to do is how you're gonna use your domain knowledge and convert it into a software knowledge that interviewer can understand, that you're capable of doing something to develop the product.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that really helps actually, because I
Yeah.
am into I have used the app, so yeah, it does help.
Yes.
Hi, Divya. So, I think you must have interaction with the quality analyst, right? Like testers in your experience.
Okay. Okay.
So, what kind of issues you face? Like, if you have an interaction with the testers, right? During requirements discussion, those kind of scenarios. Have
Uh,
you faced any?
Requirements. Yeah, requirements discussions. Actually, testers won't come into picture while discussing the requirements.
Mm,
Okay, when you write an acceptance criteria, and the out, uh, you should be able to validate their test cases.
mhm,
Okay, suppose if you are clicking on a add to cart. Okay, see, you should see, and they will say that, here it might have add to cart only one quantity, but from your requirement you need to have two quantities, or some kind of
mm,
validation is happening there. Okay.
mm,
So in that scenarios, you will interact with the, you will write some test cases maybe in some organizations, but not
yeah.
in all the organizations. You interact most of the time with the testers in writing test cases and discussing with them.
Sometimes, I interacted with product. I mean, in my company, we used to have product owners, right?
Okay.
There used to be some people from product side. So suppose if I don't understand any requirement, right? Normally in the user story, you'll be writing all the requirements, right? So
Okay.
suppose if I have a doubt in any requirement,
Mm-hmm.
like I can interact with you, right? I mean, as a business analyst, you have written the requirements, right? I mean, based on the
Yeah.
stakeholders
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
meeting, right?
Yeah. Yes.
In that
Any
scenario, I can
requirement, yeah, any requirement will be written uh, based on the understanding from the product owner, BA, and
Hmm.
stakeholders.
Hmm. In
So
that
if you
scenario, like
you
interaction.
can actually, yeah, in that scenario, if you don't understand that requirement, so
Hmm.
from tester point of view, you're asking me if that
Hmm.
requirement is not understood. Okay,
Yeah.
so from the tester point of view, if you're not understanding that requirement, you can talk to them. I thought in requirement gathering session or something.
No, no, no.
That's all.
If I don't understand, suppose sometimes even developers they won't understand the requirement and they will develop something different, right? So in
Yes,
that
yes, that
scenario,
happens. They develop something, tester understands something, and BA would have written something. Yeah.
yeah, that scenario I'm asking. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You can talk to BA, and if you are not cleared with BA, you can talk to PO.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Divya, since I am being shown in Accenture, so can I talk about the app that I'm working on? Like, how should I'm
See, you
little
can talk anything. Okay, they don't know whether that app is being developed by Accenture or some other company. Okay, every
okay, okay,
company has many apps, and Accenture itself has many projects, right? So it's
right.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Divya. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thank.
clearing the
Yeah.
doubts. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Divya, you're currently working in Canada.
No, no, I'm working in India.
But right now you're in India. Okay.
Yeah, I'm working as a Scrum Master now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're deciding to come to Canada?
No, I decided actually, but now I think situations are not good, right? I
And
wanted to, but
so how come you opted for NCPL? Like, I'm just curious, just out of curiosity, if you don't mind
okay.
answering.
I didn't get the question.
I said then, like, if since you're working as a Scrum
Yeah.
Master already in India, I was just out of
Okay.
curiosity. I was asking why, how come you joined NCPL?
Okay. I wanted to, shift to my BA profile.
Okay,
So I
okay, okay,
want my resume to be marketing, to do marketing. So
okay,
that's right.
okay, okay, okay. Okay. I see.
Shri, so anything else? Anyone has any doubts or anything? I would suggest practice some scenario based questions, business case studies. This is real. This only helps for your interviews. Okay. They don't ask about direct questions. They give you a case study. They say you're gonna develop something, and what are in what priority you take the requirements, so you should be able to do that. And then they might give you some case study and ask you to build BRD or FRD, so you should have templates for that. Okay.
Okay.
So, and whenever they ask some question, try to answer with your practical scenarios. Like someone has asked, right? Stakeholder conflict, how did you manage? So,
Yeah.
normally they say we get a middle person, some person, and then we ask them to talk. Don't give this kind of answers. You give something from your practical experience.
Mhm.
Before itself, you try make some stories and keep it ready, so that if they ask such kind of question, what you should be doing.
Okay.
So that is the thing. And um, yeah, as you said, gap
Yes, yes.
analysis is very good, very important from BA perspective. So be ready with gap analysis, stakeholder management, and how do you write user story? What is the criteria for the user story? Okay, how do you differ epic and feature and user
Okay.
story? Okay, these are some basic questions they might ask, and they you can tell directly what is an epic and what is a feature, but you should be able to give an example. Okay,
Okay.
and learn what is your product roadmap, how does it look. Okay, so these are the few things which you should be aware of, and mainly I see these days they are giving case studies. Okay, they give a case study,
So when is the case
and
study given? Like, is it during like
in the first
in
round
the
itself they give you.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, first
Okay.
round itself they give you, and really get some knowledge on your on designing prototypes. You can actually go do some course on Udemy, because that is actually added advantage. These days I'm seeing they are asking for that as well, for a case study and asking you to design on that, and then you be aware of root cause analysis. Okay, what is root cause analysis, Pareto
Right.
analysis, and these things. Maybe these would be some things they ask for the interview for the sake of interviewing, that's it. But mainly in a they ask you to write BRD document. They give one statement and they will ask you to write BRD document. They will give you one statement and ask you to write FRD document. So
Mhm.
so you should be very clear how to write BRD and how to write FRD. What is the difference? Because I see most of you are projected as 3 years. So this
Mhm.
is a this is the very major, I mean very basic thing they expect.
Mhm. Right.
So try browsing those templates, or you can do that. You can actually do some homework, and then do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.